From Home Bar Happy Hour, and we are getting in here this week. Let's get live here. We are talking about the birds. We're talking about football in general and sports. We're talking about Captain America. We're talking about everything that you want to hear. So let's get it rolling. Let's roll, America.
Let's roll indeed. What is going on, Mike? How are you doing? I need you to talk for like a minute, maybe. I need to change something real quick on the live stream. Just the
Absolutely,
name of it.
brother. Absolutely, man. Dude, dude, the birds right now, dude. God, like going down there for the fucking beat, just the parade. The parade is something special. Everybody has their own parade and all that, and I get it. I really do. We all respect everybody, but man, Philly is just different. It's probably because we've been treated so fucking badly and we've lost so many close games and so many heartbreakers that make these wins so much better. And yeah, dude, like it's just we're that's why we're just different, man. Do you got like guys that are coming to the Philadelphia team from it doesn't matter what sport, man. They're like, dude, this city's out of control, man.
It
And it's just
is out
like,
of control.
and I give a lot of beef. I not a lot of beef. It's just like I get a little jealous about these younger kids that they don't have to experience what we went through. Well, guys like I'm older, like grew up through the '90s, and the guys that are older than me that grew up in like the '70s and '80s. Like, dude, you grew up a lifetime just to get to one Super Bowl and then lose, bro. That's so heartbreaking, man. And then we get here, and now all of a sudden we're in like all these Super Bowls, and we win two out of three, or
Yep.
out of four, two out of four, bro. I've witnessed four Super Bowls in my lifetime, and we've won two of them. That's insane.
Yeah, it is absolutely wild. We never won any during the um Andy Reid era, which was fine, uh with Andy Reid, with Donovan McNabb. I don't know if Donovan McNabb is like the reason we didn't win, but um, it feels good to have a win. This one, I was talking with my brother-in-law.
I feel
Um,
I feel like we would have won those Super Bowls, those NFC Championship games, if it wasn't for our GM not giving us the team that we need, the talent that we need. Does that make sense? Like we had Joe Banner, aka Nichols.
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
there's always somebody that just like holds you back. So
All right.
sorry, man. Been watching the parade today. Had a couple cold ones.
Yeah, I just cracked my first. I got a Mass Riot, a Northeastern IPA from who is this?
Nice, nice.
Prison City Brewing Company.
I'm glad you're able to enjoy doing the podcast here. With
Yeah,
the
man.
rest of America, Joe.
Yes, we are here, all of America
Yeah,
or
you see
whoever.
the you see the
There you go.
see the new shirt.
I like it. You got a nice Super Bowl. I was at the mall today, so I was looking at some Super Bowl. I didn't end up getting any. Um, I got my wife a Fly Saquon Fly shirt. Happy Valentine's Day to her. Let her know
Oh,
what's up.
oh, but
Yeah,
isn't that sweet?
isn't it just the sweetest?
It is sweet. I got this in. I ordered it like Monday morning during my recuperation from the Super
Okay.
Bowl
Yeah.
partying, and
Yeah.
excuse me, but
Yeah. We
so
all needed to recoup from that for sure.
you, Jesus. I partied all weekend, man. You know that. If you watched our episode here that dropped here yesterday at 4:30 that we recorded and dropped, I was up from Friday to after the Super Bowl. I was sick all week the last week, not this week, the week before the Super Bowl. And then like I slept all week, and then I had to I couldn't go to sleep because I'm at the Super Bowl and shit. Plus, whatever. Then went into work, got destroyed, came home. I didn't eat all day, nor did I really drink, and I'm still on like hyped up on meds and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, fuck it, man. I'm staying up until after the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I
Just keep it
did.
rolling.
I fell over like Maximus Aurelius and fucking Gladiator after the Super Bowl. After I smoked my cigar and I had my fucking bourbon and my Dawkins jersey and my PJs and I burned my Christmas tree in the backyard, bro, I was done.
Yeah,
I
burning
slept
Christmas trees in the
so
backyard.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's second best to like lighting off fireworks.
right.
But
Yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah,
you were at the parade, Joe. So how was it, man? Go on with it.
so I will say, me and my brother-in-law, we decided actually. Let me give a shout out to the good people at the Regal Cinemas in King of Prussia. They opened up at 9 a.m. this morning, opened up their bar and everything, and they were playing the parade on the big screen. So me and him, we weren't going to go crazy and try and get to the steps at like 9 o'clock last night, sleep overnight, and it was just too crazy with the train schedules and figuring out where to park, all that stuff. So we went to the movie theater and watched it there, and it was still a party there. They put it in the biggest theater they have. The place was absolutely packed. It was free to get in, so you just walked in. Um, People were running around with speakers, blowing the whistles. It was a good old time. So we had a blast with that for sure. That was a an easier way to do it. My 35-year-old self isn't as keen of staying out in the cold until
Your frail body.
overnight.
Give me a
Yeah,
break.
not a frail body, but there's some things I used to do that I don't do
You
anymore.
act like
And
you're my age, bro, dude. I was your age in that first Super Bowl, and I was down there. I'm not gonna lie, it does take a lot, man. I was down there in the last Super Bowl. I was down there when like at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were
yeah,
drinking beer and drinking Jameson by the light pole right next to the museum steps. And
yeah. So that was my thing, right? If I was gonna do it, I was gonna do it like that. Like I would have got down there, got up there. I was working until 10:30 last night. It's when I finally like closed
yeah.
my laptop and get off. And that's just not a life for me anymore. But it was still a great experience going to the theater, being able to do that. Had a lot of fun with it, hanging out with that party there, and then seeing all the speeches and everything. Were there any speeches that stuck out to you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. I was like, dude, I hope to God CJ Garner Johnson gets on the mic. I
Yeah,
was like, I'm like, because he has no filter. He's like me. And I'm just like, oh my God. And they were like, oh, he he was with us for 1 year and then he left to Detroit and then he came back to us. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ. I'm like, oh, here it goes. Here it
yeah,
goes. And I was like, dude, couldn't wait. And I was a little impressed. I felt like he held himself back. The
yeah.
the the exciting whites
Oh, I loved
has
it.
to be the best.
Yeah,
That one with Coop and Ed Reed or Reed Blankenship, dude, that was awesome. And then you
yeah.
had Saquon carrying up Lovato,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lovato because he can't stand because he had surgery on his leg.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, dude, that was awesome. I'm trying to think what else. I was getting annoyed with like the censorship a little bit,
They
but
were, they were real quick with that censor button. I mean, I get it.
real quick,
Yeah.
they were so late.
Well, but that's what I mean. They were getting it in. They were. I just mean they were quick to hit the censor button, like anytime they thought, and then hold it for way too long. Yeah, it was a little frustrating for sure. But I mean, I get it. They got to do FCC, but you would think there would be like a different stream too. Like why don't they stream it live on YouTube or Tubi like they did the Super Bowl or whatever, and
I
then
know,
you don't
right?
have to worry about that stuff. That would be. Are you gonna hit one?
Well, yeah, you go ahead. You keep on drinking, or you keep on talking. I'm still celebrating, man.
Yeah, do it, man. No, I love that. I liked Brandon Graham closing it out. That's the one to be able to do it. Pretty crazy him coming back like for the Super Bowl. When he got injured early in the year, like I don't know if this guy's gonna make it. The only way he can make it back is if we make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and he did, and yeah, it was great. Him holding it down. Lane Johnson gave a pretty good speech, and obviously Jalen Hurts, doing his thing, being incredibly humble. I think Jalen Hurts is the most uncomfortable in like celebration, mode. He's ready to get back to work. He's,
Yeah,
that
I
dude's
kind of
up there. He's like, this is great. I love it all. Now I'm ready to go get another one. Like, him
yeah.
saying, when he came to Philly, I'm not visiting the museum steps until we win a championship. Like, that's a determined dude. You know what I mean? That is like some grit and determination.
Yeah, I get that. Dude, I was like telling my buddies, I was like, dude, this has to be one of the best Jalen Hurts speeches I've ever heard in my life. Like that was him being real.
Yeah,
And I
for
like
sure.
that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't there like I felt like he could say whatever he wanted in a respectful manner
Yeah. Yep.
as the
That.
quarterback of the franchise and knowing that he is the guy for like the next 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Right.
You know what I mean?
It's weird. Like he's been with us what, 4 seasons now? Is that right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
altogether,
But yep.
is he already like the best quarterback Philly's ever had, or like?
Oh,
eh,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, dude. I
the
mean,
only other quarterback that's won us a Super Bowl was Nick Foles. You know what I mean? Like you look at the record, he's taken us to two
well, yeah.
quarter.
Well, I mean, like if you were to put Nick Foles through the whole season, we wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. But
No.
if you were to put
And if you would have had Carson
Carson
Wentz in the
Wentz,
postseason, I don't know if we would have won either.
yeah. Well, I mean, because you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know for
But
sure.
with the way Carson Wentz was playing, he was playing at an MVP level.
He was playing good, but
But
then he's got to
he
see
did,
everyone come up
yeah.
behind him and win Super
So
Bowls.
I just yeah, I mean after he got that injury, I think that was it. He was done. He was
Yeah.
done. That was that injury in LA ended his career.
Yeah, it did, right? And he's had such a wild ride after
Because
that.
because he couldn't emotionally come back from that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
I
you know
get
what I
that for
mean?
sure.
And dude, I get it, man. Dude, it's tough and shit. So
It's a
I
tough
mean,
game,
Jalen, I mean, that's how I feel like I feel like I'm not taking anything from Wentz, but I'm going to put a lot of this on Wentz. I felt like Wentz is a silver spoon boy. He
Yeah.
was silver spoon. He was cornbread, just, fed excellence, never really tasted adversity. Where you have Hurts, who went down there and played for Alabama and then was benched and then went to Oklahoma. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude, he faced adversity. He knows what it's like to suck and then to bounce back when people just you know what I mean that people gave up on him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he had to fight for his position, and
At
he's
a
been
very
fighting
at a
in.
very early age, right there in collegiate football,
Yeah.
where like a lot of these quarterbacks, they're fed silver spoon like the whole way. They're told that they're you're the next Tom fucking Brady. You're this and that. You know what I mean? Like they feed their egos and shit. And
Yeah.
then you know what I mean? Like you have like somebody like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Like
you need to.
Tua kind of has a little bit there, but uh I mean, I feel like Tua has like 1 year in him. He has 1 year in him. 1 year
Yeah,
of excellence. And
that's
I
all you
feel like
think.
that year, yeah, that's it. Just
Yeah.
because he's just been, he's got like a stellar year coming up. But I mean, just based on like what he's been, him and Hertz have been like kind of like even the same.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I
and
mean?
we'll see
So
what happens, what continues going on. I'm excited for next season too. I think, we're still going to have an incredible team. We got a fairly young team now, even after losing some big guys, on our O-line and stuff. Still an incredible team. And, and there's some other teams in there too that, yeah, I'm kind of glad. I feel like the, uh, Chiefs dynasty, I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't see, I mean, I guess it's hard coming off of that Super Bowl win where we just absolutely beat their cheeks. But I really think like Buffalo is going to give them a stronger run for their money next year. We'll see what happens if um, Buffalo makes it to the Super Bowl, which is very possible for next year. We'll see. Someone just wrote in and said Hurts is a top 10 QB, respect, but how much is it his skill and how much is it the monster O line, two top flight wide receivers and best running back in the league. What do you think, Mike? Do you think?
Oh, I absolutely agree with him. Like, dude,
Yeah,
it's a monster line. You gotta, dude. Once in a generation. I feel like that's even like Barkley is not even once in a generation.
yeah,
He's like once in a lifetime because you have to put his leadership in with that to
yeah,
get somebody at his level and then at his leadership and put it in a locker room, dude, that's like once in a lifetime player right there. And
yeah,
then you want to talk about the top flight receivers. Well, it ain't our problem that the fucking Tennessee Titans fucking traded away AJ Brown. I
yeah,
can tell
right.
you that right now. But how he drafted Devontae Smith, like, we put these pieces around him, and hopefully with the run game, with good wide receivers, that elevates Hurts to the next level and grows him more, plus extends his life as that type of QB. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I like that is like the nail on the head, right? Like Jalen Hurts is a killer top 10 QB for sure, but he has so many weapons around him, right? He's
Yeah.
not like just by himself. And honestly, like I think that's like a big reason we smacked the Chiefs around so bad because it felt like they planned for 2 weeks for Saquon Barkley and they forgot about AJ Brown. They forgot that Hurts can run too. They
I don't think
forgot that
keep going. I'm sorry, Andrew. Keep going.
they forgot that we are, really successful with these, short little outs to Dallas Goddard. Like, we have so many weapons and we can like absolutely flip the script on them. Jay wrote in again, said, y'all are so lucky the Giants front office are horrible at their job. Barkley is a beast. So, dude, I'll tell you this. I was at my in-laws for Thanksgiving, and they're all up in New York. They're all like Giants fans, and we're watching the game. And I'm like, bro, like, why would y'all give up Saquon Barkley? And the dude says to me, he's like, what's the difference? Like, we would have won 4 games this year instead of 2. And I'm like, bro, that's 100% more wins. You would have doubled your wins off of one team, one player. Also, like, he's a player you build a team around. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
this is what I have to say to all those Giants fans out there right here, brother.
yeah. Kevin said, the birds
Thanks,
made it.
brother. Thanks. You guys have literally fucked the donkey.
Yeah. Kevin wrote in, said, the birds made it to the bowl 2 years ago with Saquon. Giants are trash. Yes, the Giants are
They are
trash.
trash.
Yeah. Like, did you hear what Dak Prescott said about the Cowboys? What did he say this yesterday?
Yeah, he said we could have won the Super Bowl too or some shit.
He said, he's like, I think we're like almost on the Eagles level. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
It's
like,
honestly
we're so close.
It's such a hater. They're so jealous.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
they're just like trying to feed off of because they're in the same division or some shit like that. No.
Yeah.
You guys are absolutely fucking pathetic.
Like
the Cowboys are pathetic.
Yeah.
The only team that's not pathetic is Washington. And they're actually a good team, but their fans are pathetic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack any Washington.
I'm gonna attack a fan. That dude, that motherfucker that wore that goddamn Robert Griffin jersey down there that was in front of me. Yo, you are pathetic, dude.
Wait. Someone wore an RG3 jersey.
Yeah, bro.
To the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Why?
That's what I said. That's what I was like. Yo, man. Yo, hey. I was like grabbing these kids, these Eagles fans, kids that were like they're kids to me. They were like 20s. I was like, hey, get that motherfucker down there in that Robert Griffin jersey right now. And I'm like, hey, bro, would your mom dress you? What is this? You showed up, dude. He showed up in like pajama pants. He had a scarf wrapped around his head like a bandana.
You mentioned like pajama pants. You didn't mention that he was wearing an RG3 jersey. He like found that at Goodwill. You know what I mean? Like I go down to Goodwill and get a Michael Vick jersey. Dude, but I'm not doing that.
Could you imagine like it's Eagles and Dallas in the NFC Championship game, and you're down in Dallas and you're wearing a Wentz jersey?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Like you just don't do it.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing.
Well, I am a very stickler again. Like, dude, you don't wear pajamas to an NFC Championship game. If you want to wear it to a regular season game, yeah, I guess so. But dude, no, I'm sorry. Pajama pants, like, get out,
Yeah.
get out, get out. Like, dude, you're a loser. You're a loser. You show up to an NFC championship game, you show up in society in pajama pants. Like, what is this, man? I want to be comfortable. No, get the fuck out of here.
I think that's like a COVID leftover. People got too
I'm sorry, no.
comfortable wearing sweatpants and pajama pants
No,
everywhere. Like there should be a threshold.
no,
Like
no,
your
no, no,
front
no. It's
door
not
is
even.
the threshold.
It's not even just like it's not. It's team colored. It's Washington Redskin emblem pants.
Sure.
It's not. Dude, they wore them on purpose to be comfortable.
Right.
No,
I get
get out. Dude,
uh,
you wear jeans. You wear jeans, or you wear, a suit, or like those the Jason Kelsey came out with the velvet Kelly Green shit. Like that you can get away with. But
yeah.
these pajama pants, it's such a lazy thing.
Yeah.
It's so lazy. It just shows what it just accumulates what your fucking fandom is. You're
Yeah.
a lazy fucking fan and you're wearing an RG3 jersey. You're a fucking loser. Loser.
So Jay also wrote in and said, if the Commanders get Myles Garrett, they definitely become dangerous quickly next year. What do you think about that, Mike? You think that's a safe bet? Or you think that's
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take it. They're going to get better. I'm not taking anything away from the team. I'm not taking anything away from the team.
Do you think Myles Garrett is the change that team needs?
No, not really. I think they need to compete with they need to be able to compete with us. I'm not taking anything away from them. Jaden Daniels is a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
He is a top quarterback for them. I am glad that they got that. I am just speaking on behalf of the team and all the common sense Washington fans that are out there.
Yeah.
I don't think Terry McLaurin is the wide receiver that they need right now. Like, he could stay on there, but they're going to need another wide receiver. They're also going to need I don't know how Robinson's going to pan out or not, but they definitely need to build on the offensive and defensive line. That's where we'll start off at.
Yeah.
But they also dump money into like positions like cornerback, like Lattimore, and like, you know what I mean, like odd spots that they're going to have to draft to back up to build up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are at a lucky position right now where we are completely loaded and we are, we're all set contract wise. And we are like, all of our players are young.
Yeah, we're in a super rare position where we're at the top and we're kind of set for a while, right? Like that doesn't happen, Yeah, and like we were saying too, like it's not just Jalen that's set. There's a lot of guys that are like set in there, and you have some good leaders, and like Lane Johnson's been there for a long time that can help new guys coming in. We're in a very blessed position, right? Too blessed to be stressed. That's what my dear grandmother used to always say. Rest in peace to her.
Oh, yes. But yes, but if we get Myles Garrett,
I don't know if that's gonna happen though.
I don't know if it's gonna happen either.
Yeah,
we gotta do something with Bryce Huff and Bryce Huff's contract. Obviously he's talented. He's just not talented with us.
Yeah.
So we need to find a suitor for him to like take up some of his contractors. He's a very young player.
Yeah, we can get something for him.
Yeah, he just doesn't. I don't know. He just doesn't fit in our scheme, or I don't know what's up with him. Maybe we should try and dump him if we can't. We keep him, and you got to use him. You got to develop him. He's right now he's a developmental player.
Yeah,
where he should be at you know what I mean, like at a all pro player level, because that's what you paid him for. But good thing that didn't we only pay him like 2 years?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the contract. You would have a better idea.
I think we only paid him like 2 years.
Yeah. I
But
mean, that's good. It's always smart to kind of give yourself an out. It's what we're always looking for. How many
yeah,
Miller Lights deep are you today, Mike?
I started off late.
Yeah,
I had to take my truck to go get the inspection took a long time. So
gotcha.
yeah.
Well, it's
Why? Why was there a problem here? I thought we were here at happy hour.
I'm just asking, Mike. I'm not I'm
I
not I'm
I
not your
know.
mom. I'm not here policing you.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, you know what the best thing about home bars are? You're already
Go
home.
on. Yeah.
You're already home, right?
Well,
You just you
I'm
just
planning
stumble
on
up to bed.
I'm planning on taking the party somewhere else after
Oh,
the
are you?
show's over.
You're partying out tonight, huh?
I know. Hey,
All right.
do you think should I turn the bar lights on? Is it a little dark over here?
You're all right on the. I got the stream up. You look all right on the stream. It looks a little
Okay.
darker on Riverside, but when you're like the actual stream's not too bad.
All right.
Yeah.
There were a few other things that I wanted to say. Oh my god, dude. What was it? Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson. Oh, dude, Cam Jurgens walking around with no shirt on, with all of his tattoos
Yeah.
and a fucking cigarette. Hilarious, dude.
He's out there, man.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Cooper DeJean walking around with the WCW heavyweight title. Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
did you see Howie Roseman got nailed with a fucking beer can?
Did he? I
Dude,
wouldn't.
he got hit right in the fucking head, like a full fucking beer hit him in the fucking head.
So
Dude,
I
he's got
saw.
like a big old mark right on his fucking forehead.
I'm sure he doesn't mind. So, dude, I saw this on
Oh, he
face.
was wasted.
Yeah, I saw this on Facebook, so I don't know if it's true or not. But I saw like Saquon bought a bus of Bud or a tractor trailer full of Bud Light for like each of his O line. Did you see that? Is that
Oh
true?
yeah, I saw that. Yep,
He
that
gave
is
like
true.
gave them all a truck of Bud Light. That
Yep.
is wild. Hey, that's a good teammate though. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I guess Saquon's got it. He's got that money coming in. You
Oh
know,
yeah, dude.
You know what I was looking for today at the mall, Mike, and I couldn't even find it online. We're talking a little bit earlier before we jumped on about Super Bowl swag. I really want one of those Love Hurts shirts. Like Jalen was wearing it today. It was like the last commercial after the Super Bowl, but I didn't see him like selling them anywhere. I don't know if Nike's like actually selling them or if it's just like a little thing and they just gave Jalen one.
Oh,
Um,
that's like something you're gonna have to want to buy on the internet.
I couldn't like that's what I'm saying. I couldn't even find it online.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't ask me. I already dropped all mine like Monday afternoon in between my coma, like
Yeah.
because I didn't
You just
sleep for like 3 days.
you just woke up and
I
started
just woke up and I'm just like, all right, I gotta
started
like that's what.
shopping.
And and I got the shirt. I got the shirt Monday. Came in here just in time. This is the
Yeah.
only shirt that matters, man. So
Yeah.
I got this. So I'll put that next to my 2018 Super Bowl shirt, that the official shirt.
Yeah.
I also got I got the I got the 2018 Sports Illustrated magazine with Nick Foles. This year I got the ESPN magazine with Hertz on there. So I
Oh,
got
cool.
both mags. Like those are the special edition magazines.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got those two. So I got them lined up. I'm gonna put them in a case. I'm just buying up all this shit just to put them all in case, like you know what I mean, like um in like frames and shit, just for myself. Fucking when I'm like 80 years old.
Do they still sell like the DVDs of the Super Bowl games? I'd like to put that on my shelf.
Oh, yeah, I have well, I still have the DVD kit or accessory album from the 2004 era. I have
Okay.
that one. It's got like I think three discs. Then I got the one from the 2018 one. That's the Blu-ray.
Okay.
And I'm gonna want to be buying this one.
Yeah, yeah. I need to find out where they sell those. I remember seeing the commercials after the Super Bowl, but I didn't.
I think I ordered off of Amazon. I think,
Oh.
yeah, they gotta you gotta wait a little bit, and they make them, and then you buy them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check. I'll check Amazon. Jeff Bezos, he's got everything. We just go to Jeff Bezos for everything nowadays.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I got my dude, 2-time Super Bowl Philadelphia Eagles. 2 times. 2-time. Dude, I remember, oh my God, what a great fucking time to be alive, man. I
Yeah.
remember when it was like, dude, we were like begging, just starving for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And now we won another one convincingly, which we have the chance, like convincingly. The way we won a Super Bowl, we are convincingly able to be a three-peat team, to build a dynasty.
Well, let's not put
Dude,
any carts before horses. You know,
nope, nope, nope,
I'm
nope,
happy with
nope,
this day.
nope.
Knocking on wood.
That's how I feel. I look at this team and I see it. I'm not being cocky. I'm telling you right
Being a
now.
little cocky.
I said no, it's not being cocky. Being cocky is saying that you're going to be a dynasty after the 2018 Super Bowl win. That's being cocky. This is not being cocky. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is a strong young team.
Yeah.
I've been watching football since I was a kid. This is a dynasty in the making. And whether we make it or not, it's a good push. And dude, I'm just going to enjoy the train.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the train. But hey, when it happens, you heard it here first.
Yeah, someone mark this so we can revisit it in 3 years and see if Mike was wrong.
Good.
Right. Yeah.
Good, because I was on the right. What was it? There was 2 times I was on the right. I said that we were going to beat we're the Birds by a million for during the Super Bowl.
Sure. A lot of people said that. And we did. We were
a lot of people, of course. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But what was it? What else? There was another whatever.
Yeah, Jay chimed in and said def being cocky. And yeah, I just don't want to hatch, count any chickens before they hatch, before they come home to roost, whatever that stupid saying is.
All right. So I understand where you're saying, like, definitely being cocky. I get that. But tell me where I am being cocky. Tell me where I am being cocky.
When we've won Super Bowl.
No. Tell me at what position in our team that we were being cocky. Like, why am I being cocky right now? I'm just saying, I'm being confident. I know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not being confrontational or anything. I'm just saying I'm being confident. I am coming off as cocky, but I'm just saying.
I think we have a very good team. We have a very good team going forward. And I can't go through all of our players. I definitely can't go through all of our players versus what the rest of the league has, and say like where we're losing out. What I will say is, winning 3 in a row is very hard, and we've just won 1. So it is great. We're on the high, like I'm loving it. But I mean that assumes that everything stays the same, no injuries, no nothing for 2 more, right?
Yeah,
that's wild.
The injuries are the improbability.
Yeah, Jason saying you're going to 3-peat before you even won 2. That's where it comes down.
No, I didn't say we're going to 3-peat. I mean, like, dude, I mean, like,
roll it back.
Okay, all right. Maybe
roll the tape.
All I know is that that was because I had maybe I should roll through a few beers back.
Yeah.
I know is that
maybe we're gonna 3-peat some.
That's what I mean. If I said that, I honestly feel that way because I was like, dude, here's what I felt. I felt this team, the way it played and how it came together, through the season. I'm like, dude. I haven't seen a dominant performance in a Super Bowl like this.
It was wild. It was a very, very dominant.
I don't know. You name. I want to know anybody who's listening right now who can name the last team that was that dominant in a Super Bowl. I would say it would be the Patriots because
Patriots had quite a run there.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I would give it to the Patriots with their comeback win because it's like almost like a reverse. It's almost like a reverse style. Like it's like we gave a dominant win where we crushed them. We played them on every facet of every game.
Yeah, I
every
mean
quarter.
that game was
Where the
pretty much decided by
Patriots,
the second quarter.
where the Patriots just like came back and just blew the Falcons right the fuck out and like
Yeah.
and won the game.
I forgot the
You
Atlanta
know what I
Falcons
mean?
made it to
So I
the
mean, like
Super
you
Bowl.
go look at that. I mean, if you're,
Was that in
I'm
the
giving,
Was that the Matt Ryan year?
yeah,
Like
like I'm
when
good.
Matt Ryan was our quarterback? All right.
Yeah, like so, like I'm like giving like you know what I mean. Like I'm giving these different scenarios out there for
Yeah.
different listeners and stuff like that. I'm like giving this out there, but like we like like this team is so young and we only have like a handful of players that are key to like I want Zach Bond. I want Zach Bond back. I want him signed. And we can get Mikael Becton back at offensive line, great. If not, I mean, I totally get it, but I'm not totally worried about it as long as we can draft. That's the whole point. That's the premise to building a championship team is drafting, nailing on your drafts. Look, we got Quentin Mitchell and Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean like back to back. Those are two top round picks, and we got Coop in the second round. Like, whose fault is that? Not ours. It's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is like we have an incredible team. We did great. But it's, we can't be talking about what the next 2 years look like. I think we can safely talk about like next year. I think at the beginning of the season we'll start off real strong. But Jay mentions here, one injury can wreck next year. If Hurts goes down,
Oh yeah,
small
yeah,
hands,
yeah,
Penny
yep.
ain't getting you there. I like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
Small hands,
yeah.
Penny.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. If dude, one injury, dude, that's all it
Yeah,
takes. Like Hurts gets injured. If Hurts were to get injured and he was out for like I don't know, like 4 or 5 weeks,
how
yeah,
we better be on the phone with Nick Foles the next
no,
day,
no, no. I
so
mean, like it's a team sport, dude. It's a
yeah,
team
for sure.
sport. So I mean, like if Hurts gets taken out, then you gotta worry about like when Hurts is he healthy? Is he healthy enough to come back? Is he healthy? Is it just does he have rust? Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, does that make
Yeah, yeah,
sense? Does he have rust? Obviously, like when those guys come back, there's going to be a little bit of thing, but it's a team sport. I don't look at it as like one aspect. Yes, when Hertz goes down, this season proved a lot to me. If Saquon goes down, does that mean that the team is done for 4 weeks? No, because you still have Hertz. Now, if you have multiple injuries, if you have Hertz go down, if you have Saquon go down, like if you have certain players on defense go down, dude, if you're setting up a Civil War fucking hospital outside, yeah, that's going to take an effect on you. But it's all about staying healthy, and
yeah.
that's the thing. Like, dude, we stayed healthy.
We
It's
did. I
staying
think we did
healthy.
a
I remember. What was our Super Bowl year? Dude, our Super Bowl year, Carson Wentz went down. We had Jason
sure did.
Peters go down. We
Yeah.
had Darren Sproles go down. We had a shit ton of people go down.
Hmm.
It's all about the next man up. It's all about, I don't know what they do down there because I don't work for them. I'm not, I'm not a fucking goddamn, I'm not a scout team guy. I'm not a coach. I'm not a front office guy. I don't fucking know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I know. All I know is that whatever they do down there is they got the recipe.
Yeah,
So
they're doing something good. They got
yeah,
something figured out, and it's working out for them.
yeah,
But you want to move on, Mike? You want to talk about
yeah,
something else? We
dude.
talked
Hey,
about
yeah,
the
whatever.
birds here for 40
Yeah, what,
minutes.
well,
We're
that's
we're
good, right? Oh,
oh yeah, I
yeah.
love it. We're alienating though everyone outside of the
I know.
Philadelphia
So,
area.
well, we can finish off with Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America, Brave New
Go
World.
ahead.
You
Go.
you
You
saw it,
you
I
go
saw it.
ahead.
Man, what a garbage flick. I don't know. I don't know what you thought about it, Mike, but man, what a bonkers like idea for a movie. I, I guess my biggest gripe with Captain America Brave New World is that this movie tried super super hard to get me excited for uh the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, and by doing so, they left aside like making this movie good. Like this movie is just not good. I thought some of the acting felt really stilted. The plot is just bonkers, like inconceivable. The biggest thing with the plot, right? And this is not like spoilers because this is in
Your call
the
has been forwarded.
oh, someone's
Yep.
denying you.
Yep.
Um
Somebody's dying. Go ahead. I'm
the
sorry.
marketing of the film was so based off of Red Hulk, right? Like, hey, this time we got Harrison Ford and now he's a Hulk. And you're like, cool, that's cool. I guess a little bit of spoilers if anyone, is concerned about this garbage movie. That is like the end of the film. Like that is the whole movie is kind of played as like a political thriller, like a mystery. We're trying to like figure out the mystery, but if you've seen any commercials that were literally in the Super Bowl or in theaters or on TV 2 months before, like you're aware of how this mystery ends. So it like doesn't matter. Like you're not engaged in it at all. And it would have been so cool if they would have hid that reveal, like even like tease it in the trailer. You know what I mean? Like it felt to me, maybe not 100% on par, but it felt to me like when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield showed up in Spider-Man, or something like big like that. Like we got Harrison Ford, he turns into the Hulk. Like, you know, save it for the theater. It could have been this super cool needle drop moment. Instead, we all just like know it's happening, and we have this weird story that's going on. Obviously, the movie had tons of rewrites. It has like 5 writing credits, so a ton of hands were in there trying to figure out how to land this ship. And I just don't think they didn't. I don't think they did it. What about you, Mike? What do you think of it? You saw it last night, right?
I thought it was entertaining. I from start to finish. I mean, I was looking at it as like a standard like Captain America movie because that's what it was. But I mean, you're still leaving out like I understand what they're doing. Like, my little ding about it, I get where they're coming from. Like having Sam Wilson just being an average person, being a Captain America without taking a serum,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. Like, but dude, come on, like
Take
you
the
can
serum,
take
right?
the you have to take the serum because that's who you are.
Well,
Like,
here's another thing with it.
you
There's
know
like
what I
a
mean? Like they're like trying to make it like it's an average person could be it could be anybody. No, that's not true because you're going to be facing these fucking unworldly objects or these people. Like I don't
here's another
understand. And it,
here's another thing about the movie, right?
he
Like
didn't beat he didn't beat Cap. Yeah. All right, go
there
ahead.
there is another like super soldier in this movie, right? There's
Yes,
another and he is super cool every time he's on screen. Every time
he
you see him, you're
is.
like, this dude's awesome. Like there's a scene where he grabs the table and throws it behind him, and you're like, dude, this is sick. This is awesome. And then you got uh Anthony Mackie with wings, and you're like, okay, cool, on a shield. Like, just take the serum, bro. Like, you could have been cool. You could have had it all. I could have been a contender, but here you are, just like,
All he's
hanging out,
doing
being a
is
nerd.
that like he's doing whatever he can then when he knows he can't win he tries to down talk the conflict
Right.
like
Yeah.
sorry bro that's not how things work.
Also, I want to point out, like, what was the point of this character? This girl? This
Oh,
like
I know, right?
5'2" Black Widow? Like, who are you? What are you doing? What was the
Dude,
point of
what
putting her in this movie?
well I
Like,
mean like they said she was a Black Widow but I have
yeah,
no
but
idea
like, who
like
cares? Who
she's like
cares?
smaller Yelena.
She is like the tiniest person. Like, for a minute I was like, oh, why is a literal child, the head of security for the president? This makes
I
no
know,
sense.
right?
Like, what is going on?
That's what I said. I was like, but like I mean, like you know what I mean? Like I'm always about giving like the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But after watching this, I'm thinking I'm like to myself, and I'm like, no wonder it had to go through so many reshoots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it can be seen too. Like the Giancarlo Esposito like wasn't in this movie, and they just like shot him back in, which is wild. But I mean, I don't know. I am more excited, I suppose, for, let's say, the what's the next one that's coming? Thunderbolts. I think that looks decent.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts, and then Fantastic
Um,
Four. I think that's going to be good.
I'm more about Thunderbolts.
You don't think Fantastic Four is
Yes.
going to be good? Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal,
I don't know, man.
Vanessa Kirby,
I
The
just have
Thing.
I just have a very bad feeling about it.
Okay.
I feel like this. I feel like after Endgame, it's just going all downhill. But I'm all about Thunderbolts. I just hope that they do bring in Red Hawk because Red Hawk is a Thunderbolt.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's the whole point of Thunderbolts was Thunder Ross. He made the team.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
comic book reader. I mean, that makes sense now that
Well,
you
I
say it.
mean, like I'm not a
Well,
comic book reader
Ross.
either, but
Yeah.
I ran into all that, and
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I feel like they just blew their load on Endgame, and it's all fucking coming downhill. I mean, like the only thing that's going to rescue him at this point, because I already got the gist of fucking the Secret Wars, and I don't even know if that's going to be any good. It feels like they're just going to be putting in a bunch of fucking people to battle it out,
Yeah.
and it's going to suck. I don't know. I just
We'll have to see. There's more to come. And Marvel got in, they went real hard on Jonathan Majors as Kang and like building up that story. And then, this piece of garbage, was going around hitting women, so they had to fire him. And that really screwed up their plans. I think it's going to be interesting to see kind of
well,
where they go and
it's
what
not
they
even
can do
just that. Like
next.
a lot of the creativity in the other movies, like the creativity in the other movies, is just like garbage, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're
It's not any
like
good. It's fucking garbage. It's
the
trash.
the director of this last movie. Let me find his name. I can't remember his name because he's nothing. I shouldn't say that. He is a man that has directed a Captain America movie now. But before this, he did. Let's see. His name is Julius Ona. Julius Ona is probably best known for the Cloverfield Paradox. Do you remember that movie?
Yep.
That was a Netflix movie. The only reason I remember it was because it premiered live on Netflix right after the Super Bowl that we won. That's the only reason. He did a movie called Loose in 2019 that had Naomi Watts and Octavia Spencer and Tim Roth. I never saw that one. He had The Girl Is in Trouble, but he's not a well-known director, right? He doesn't have like a distinct vision. The movies that were direct like before that were you had Chloe Zhao did Eternals, you had Sam Raimi with the Doctor Strange movies. You had like at least directors that had a vision. Now it feels like Marvel just wants to bring in like instead of like someone making a interesting movie, it all has to feed the giant machine and just be a commercial for whatever the next stuff is. And that was, I guess, my biggest complaint with Brave New World. Brave New World felt like, it could have been a Jack Reacher movie or a Mission Impossible movie where,
Yeah.
you have this, kind of espionage government agent type movie, an agent that's been wrong, and you have, Harrison Ford as the president given, clear and present danger vibes and Air Force One, and you're like, this is gonna rule. And then the whole movie is just like two countries fighting over adamantium, and
Well, no,
who is this
I'm glad
person?
that
And
I'm glad they branched that eventually in there, but
yeah,
I
I mean
mean, like
it's a
I
wink and
mean,
a
like
nod for the
I mean,
X-Men.
honestly, to tell the truth, like it's not even a wink or a nod. It's like that world is going to be developed. Like they got adamantium. They're going to be wanting to build a weapon, and they're
Yeah,
going to be so the Wolverine is going to be built out of that because
yeah.
Wolverine's built out of
They're
adamantium.
basically saying Wolverine is here, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be developing a new Wolverine.
Probably. There'll probably be a new Wolvie. Who
Oh
knows?
no, there's gonna be a new one. I mean, like this is like so like because you have variants. You have it's obviously established that there's variants,
Yeah.
and there's different variants. Like there's different variants of Tony Stark. So Tony Stark variant is Victor Von Doom, and this new one that's coming out
Well,
because
Robert
that.
Downey Jr.'s playing it. Yeah, I guess that's the
Well, no, in the comics, there is a variant that where Tony Stark is Von Doom,
okay.
and that's
That
the
makes sense
direction.
for the
That's the direction that they're going.
Yeah.
So I'm getting on to the direction that they're going is that they want everybody's heroes to be anti-heroes. So we're gonna get in Secret Wars, we're gonna get, you know, Tony Stark as Von Doom as like the anti Tom, the anti Iron Man, and
Yeah.
he's going to assemble Hydra, Captain America, bad Thor. We're going to get a bad Hawkeye, bad Scarlett Johansson, Iron Witch or whatever the fuck she is, and we're going to get a bad Hulk.
Yeah. Rusty Bo Busty hit in. First, he gave us a Go Birds baby, which we always love. And then he said X-23 with a question mark, which that's what I think they were going with. I think that would be the girl Daphne Keene, the one from
But
Deadpool and
well,
Wolverine.
she's already created.
That's what I mean. She's X-23. Why can't she come over and be part of the
She
Marvel
is,
Cinematic
but
Universe?
she is going to be a part of the cinematic universe. But
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Have
but
her go. She wouldn't be Wolverine, but you could have X-23. That'd be sick. I'd like her.
yeah, but that's not the premise. The premise is a prime Wolverine.
You think you
There's already two. There's two Wolverines. You have a female Wolverine. You have a male Wolverine. The it's it's like Deadpool Prime, Deadpool, female Deadpool.
Yeah, but I mean, I think like the X-23 that character would work in the MCU. Like bring her in to fight with whatever
No.
the new Avengers are, or be a
It's going to
part
be
of the.
no. They're assimilating. They're bringing the X-Men is going to be the new X-Men is what's going to reinvigorate the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I guess I have to. When is Secret Wars, like 2026, like, or
Yeah.
27? I don't know. I get once that whole thing shakes out, we'll see how mutants and X-Men and all that stuff kind of work into this current. But I mean, they need something like that, right? They need a new cast of characters regardless. And honestly, it couldn't come at a better time, right? When all of your heroes are
Yeah.
aging out of their roles, right? Like that's something you don't have to worry about with comic books. But when the first.
I do like the fact that they are bringing in like the original heroes and they're the anti-heroes.
I
And
think it'll
so
work
you're
in
gonna
Robert
go,
Downey Jr.'s case for sure.
you're gonna go from Secret Wars to what is it? What's the second Avengers? There's Secret Wars, and then there's Battle World or some
I
shit.
don't know. Just throw two adjectives together and you got something.
Yeah, but eventually, like that, that second one is gonna be
So there is secret. Oh, so the first one is Doomsday. That's 2026. So that'll probably
oh,
be
so that's gonna be Robert Downey Jr. is
is
going
Victor
to
Von Doom.
yes, and
I
he's gonna come
assume
in.
he's going to be in
So what I'm
Fantastic Four as well, though, right?
yes,
Like,
so what I'm gathering is that he's gonna be coming in as a good guy, but he with Fantastic Four, but he is going to be like that's why they have what's his name? So you saw the villain from Captain America and from the original Hulk. What's his name? The brain or the thinker? What's his name?
yeah, whatever, the thinker and the stinker, whatever that dude is.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he contacts Victor Von Doom, Robert Downey Jr. in another world, and then those two are. This is how I'm collectively gathering this storyline. So you're here first, right here. So he's contacting because how he was there in that last one, like he has this ability to process all these outcomes, kind of like what Doctor
Doctor
Strange did
Strange in Infinity
and
War. Yeah, yeah.
Infinity War did, but with a telepathic ability because he's like the brain. So he's able. That's why in the end there he said you're going to have to defend this world against the others.
Yeah.
So he's contacting the other variant of Tony Stark, which is Von Doom,
Mm-hmm.
which is because in the comics Tony Stark becomes Victor Von Doom in a world that's in a world. And then that's the world that we're gonna watch that Fantastic Four.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a different world as well, and
So were
it'll
they? Yeah. So they're gonna bring.
somehow collide with ours.
So that this Fantastic Four that we're about to watch is gonna have Robert Downey Jr. in it
That's what I'm assuming, right? I don't know if he's been announced as the cast, but
because
that's an assumption. Yeah.
he's gonna help them defeat Galactus, which I feel is like kind of like low key because I've held Galactus on like an upper tier. I feel like they're not going to destroy him. I feel like they're going to like
Is Galactus that
they're
giant
going
thing in the Indian Ocean?
yes
Is that okay?
yeah well
The
not
thing that
no
happened in
no no
Eternals that we
no
haven't
no no
talked
no no
about?
no that's Tiamat. That's
Oh,
but they're both Celestials.
okay.
Galactus is the World Eater. He's kind of like the celestial, war machine.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, yeah.
after the Eternals, that when he said like you're if you're not proven, your Earth your world would be judged.
Yeah. Okay.
They send in Galactus. That's
Okay.
the celestial. So but if you watch the for the Fantastic Four preview, the trailer, you'll see like his shape going over the entire fucking Manhattan Island
Right, right, right.
and his head above you know um the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. I do remember that and remember seeing the
Yeah.
and getting the vibes and the issue for or the intention behind it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty cool. You know, I think Brave New World was a super big bummer, but that is because I felt like they sacrificed that movie more or less to just kind of drop some exposition for what's coming next. I actually think that Thunderbolts looks pretty good. I'm mildly excited for it. I always like the idea of kind of losers coming together and doing something cool, right? Suicide Squad, stuff like that. I think that's a fun time.
Yeah.
And then I'm excited for Fantastic Four. I think it looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna I don't want to call it
Yeah,
a
it looks
count, but I
different.
think
I'm gonna
looks
go see it.
interesting.
I'm gonna see it. Whatever.
I'll see it. Yeah, for sure.
But well, hey, before I let you finish it out, Joe, I just wanted to let hey, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This is our first one live. If there's anything that we could do better, please tell us. Please, I don't give a shit if you could smell me from the other side of the map. I don't care. Healthy constructive criticism is healthy constructive. We want to build this. So we want to get you guys out there and project us. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead, Joe. You finish it off.
Yeah. Hey, this was super fun. I love doing this live. I love being able to talk with people. I having a happy hour is kind of what it's all about. Sitting back, cracking a couple cold ones, and having a good time. Thank you, everyone that stopped by. Yeah, we will let you know the next time we're doing a live. It'll be like the same time, probably on a Friday at 5 o'clock, a great happy hour time. And then this will go live, obviously on podcast services and YouTube like it normally does. So you can always check us out there. But again, thank you guys so much for stopping by the home bar, and we'll see you again next time. That was good. That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was fun.